Talk season 2. It's the greatest time of the year. Paulie D voice. Week 1 of football. Your fantasy team is the greatest team ever assembled again. We have meaningful baseball. My favorite weather is here. Hockey is coming. Jalen Brunson's coming. Let's get into it. What up, Backbone? We got some beats. It's the 100-yard dash on Talk, baby. And we're going to start this off with talking Giants right here, right now. The Giants season is like every other season. It starts, for me, and I think we're the greatest football team ever assembled again. Just like I said about your fantasy team. Even though the Vegas books have them at plus, I think 10,000, something like that. No, is it 100,000?
To win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, to win the Super Bowl. I forgot. I think it's
I'll look it up.
Yeah, I think it's maybe 10,000. Yeah, 10,000. But Daniel Jones, it's now or never. And it's shaping up to be a little bit of a transitional year for the Giants. You know, they got a lot of challenges in front of them. They're coming off of a 6-11 season in 2023. They had some big roster moves, an effort to bounce back. Really, that's for the Giants. It's time to bounce back. I think the over/under right now is set at 6. Is that right? 6. You gotta check that for me too.
Yeah, I gotta check that.
But the Giants made some, they made some moves. There are some moves, including standout edge rusher Brian Burns. Now he's big. Burns is going to be big for the Giants. Like he has to be big for the Giants to even have a season, right?
Oh, 100%. My bad. I was looking up these stats for you. You gotta be more prepared on this.
Sorry, they got Malik Nabers. They got the running back, Singletary, who replaces Saquon Barkley. So I'm
that's the toughest replacement right there.
Yeah, I'm a mean fan. I don't want to see good things for Saquon. I really don't. The exit, it was extremely ugly. I seen a couple clips of the HBO series. What was that? That was Hard Knocks, right?
Yeah.
What was that? A different version of Hard Knocks, but it was Hard Knocks.
And that was the Jets, right?
What?
The Jets did the GM one.
Oh, we did something in the offseason. What did we do in the offseason?
Oh, the Giants, I'm sorry. Did the
it was Hard Knocks, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Hard Knocks. Yeah.
Yeah, that was hard. It was Hard Knocks,
Yeah.
Listen, Burns is gonna join Kayvon. And they gotta get after him. They gotta get after it. The secondary remains, a concern. It always is. The Giants, the secondary is always a mess. Didn't we have something on the offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, you guys did improve it just a little bit this year. I know you guys brought in the guy Joe Runyon, Jermaine Eleanor, who's actually a former Pat, and the guy Greg Van Rotten. And I know that you guys also picked like an undrafted, I think he was like a tackle, and he made the roster. And supposedly he's supposed to be, I forgot his name. But, I mean, hopefully that offensive line definitely picked up for Daniel Jones because that's his only hope right now.
Listen, it's all about Jones.
Wait. Let's talk about this. Daniel Jones' contract is up after this year?
I believe so.
So he signed, what was his deal? Like 80-something million?
I'm not good with that.
Okay, but either way, do you think he gets half of the contract that he got?
Like for in the future, you won't know until
on his next deal. I'm asking your opinion.
No, I think his next deal is really obviously it's determined on what's going to happen in this 2024 season. 2024-2025 season.
Yeah. So, but what's your opinion?
What's going to come down to? Do I think he's going to get more? Actually, I don't think he's going to get more than that. Even if he's a Pro Bowler, I don't think he'll get more than that. He would have to do something really special. But then if he does actually have a Pro Bowl type season, which is a hope and a dream for the Giant fans, it's all right. He did it 1 year. Is he going to be able to stay healthy and do it again? And so that's going to be that, or is he going to just be a journeyman and start traveling the league being quarterback, backup quarterback. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I know you don't like to be realistic and you're pretty optimistic, but this is not a season that's going to help Daniel Jones in the slightest. Like just looking at it and just like, obviously we just got to be real sometimes.
What do you
The
mean by that?
The Giants aren't winning, let's just say, more than 5-6 games. Daniel Jones is not going to be a New York Giants.
They're winning 8. They're winning 8, but okay.
I mean, you want to go through the schedule?
No.
Okay.
We could just go. We could go week 1, and I think they should get a W.
Yeah, but you gotta prove it a little bit.
Sam Darnold's the quarterback for the Vikings.
Yeah, but
right.
I mean, I still think the Vikings are better than you, though. I mean, they still have Justin Jefferson. They still have a lot of big key players.
I think if the Giants want to have anything with the season, you got to get up there and you got to win week 1. Got to win week 1. You could throw the schedule up. Let me see. It feels so good to be back on the mic with you, though.
Oh, 100%.
Right? How was your summer? You had a good summer?
I loved it.
You had a summer for the ages. You had a brat summer.
I had a brat summer.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at it. This is what, preseason? So we got week 1, Vikings at home.
Throw it up on the screen share. Let me see.
You don't see it?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to the new thing.
New program.
Okay. New program. All right. Giants, Vikings. I'm sorry. I'm giving the edge to the Vikings.
W. Giants.
You're saying W Giants. Okay. Giants at Commanders. You should split.
Divisional game. Always toss up.
I'll give you a split on that series. So we'll just say since it's in Washington, that's an L. So I have you at 0-2.
Okay.
At Cleveland, I have you at 0-3. The Cowboys, you guys are all weird against. I think you guys
divisional game.
I think you can split that game, split that series. At Seattle,
I'm with you. I could look at this and just say
let's see the wins then. Bengals, no. Steelers, maybe. This game is a definite possibility. The Panthers is a possibility. No, not the Buccaneers. Saints, maybe. Not really. And that's it. You guys have a really tough schedule. A really tough schedule.
Listen, just go out there, win your divisional games, play the divisional games like they're the Super Bowl, and you'll figure out the rest.
Yeah. I mean, I know you have these high hopes for this kid that we just drafted.
Listen, Jones has to be a Pro Bowler for the Giants to do anything. Neighbors needs to be close to Rookie of the Year, okay, as a wide receiver. And Andrew Thomas needs to step up big. My sexy Dexy needs to be big. The defense is good, dude. The defense is really good. We won Super Bowls on defense. The defense is competitive. They're competitive. They're gonna play ball. We're gonna be in the games on the defensive side. It's about the offensive side. We seen it last year. We did play good defense last year. We couldn't do anything on the offensive side of the ball. And Sexy Dexy is I want him to be a Pro Bowler too.
Sexy Dexy.
I think I'm actually I was thinking about it today. I haven't bought a football jersey since Eli Manning. Eli Manning, when he became captain, I want to say, was the last Giant jersey I purchased. And I think it's time that I put somebody new on my back. And I think I made that decision. And I think the next time I go to the game, I'm buying a Dexter Lawrence jersey. Sexy
nice.
Dexy.
I like it.
It was when he took me to the game last year, we were pretty close on the side. You get to really see them in the action. He just had a great vibe. He was so happy. He was going around. He was busting chops. I love that. No matter how good or bad you're playing, you have to keep the vibes up. And I think he's definitely that guy that could get that defense completely rolling.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a big fan of him. Was there a few coaching changes for the Giants, right? There was we got rid of the defensive coordinator didn't come back.
Yeah, defensive coordinator and a new offensive line head coach. I think he was
those are some big things. Wink, I really liked. I don't know exactly what happened there with him and the coach, but coach gets my pick any day of the week. We have to stay with our coach, and he's looking slim. He could literally be the poster boy for Ozempic. Did you see this guy?
Nah.
Oh man, he is skinny. You could literally give me the effect right now. Oh, Ozempic, and then put a picture of Dable right next to it. Did you see him? It's so obvious. I would be surprised.
I gotta see. I would
be surprised if he wasn't on the Ozempic. And actually, maybe working out on Ozempic. That works. So how are you feeling about your football season?
I mean, we want to introduce maybe to the audience what fan I am.
I think everyone knows that you're a Patriot fan.
I mean, new season, new audience.
Yeah, new season, new audience, and we're not just a New York sports show anymore. Now we're gonna start talking about some Patriots.
Yeah. All right. So I mean, obviously the big talking point is Drake May, Jacoby Brissett.
They would say talking point, wouldn't it?
Talking point is definitely going to be the starting quarterback position, and it is going to be Jacoby Brissett. However, I mean, I feel that it was the right decision. I think 4 games down the line, we have a 3-game homestand against just a little easier opponents. I think we just let Drake May sit behind the veteran for a couple games, learn the system, and then be able to come in. Also, we also have a lineman, one of our best offensive linemen is coming back after 4 weeks. So, and our offensive line is just a little shaky. So just just avoiding key injuries to Drake May, I think is important, and to develop him. I was actually just watching an interview with Tom Brady, and Tom Brady said his biggest gift was to be able to sit behind Drew Bledsoe for a full season.
So I was gonna jump in there. First of all, I cannot believe I'm sitting here talking Patriots. But I was gonna jump in and say the great quarterbacks sat behind other quarterbacks. Very rarely did you hear somebody come in and was completely the guy when he didn't have a veteran to sit in front of and watch. You're talking 3 weeks. I think Tom Brady sat for what? 3 years, 2 years, 2 years?
It was just one four games.
One full season.
Yeah.
You're talking about a full season. A full season's a freaking lifetime in the NFL, dude.
Oh yeah, and Drew Bledsoe at the time was just signed to like $100 million for the Patriots. Like he was a good quarterback. So like
they threw around money like that. The Drew Bledsoe.
I think at the time he was the highest paid quarterback. It might have just been the market. I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah, once again to the audience, we are talking Patriots right now, but next week we will have, if you are an OG listener, we will have Mike from Bayonne back with the Jets, talking Aaron Rodgers and the New York Football Jets. But right now, you're stuck with the backbone of the Patriots.
Yeah. So, I mean, not to brag or anything, but the Patriots organization is just one of the classiest organizations. I put it up there with the Yankees.
All right,
I'm giving you your flowers right now.
Okay.
But the guy Christian Barmore, who got blood clots and is probably may not be able to play football ever again, but we just signed him to a huge deal, a big deal, and you don't have to pay the players that go out on like the PIUP, which is like unable to perform. And Robert Kraft chose to pick up the contract and pay Barmore his full contract.
That is awesome.
So
that is great. That is you don't hear about that shit anymore.
And that's the type of shit that we need to be publicized, because we need more players to come to the New England Patriots again.
Yeah. I didn't bring this up. In our group chat. I didn't bring this up, but I should have. The Giants almost just signed who that went to the Packers, and he just released a whole statement of why he didn't come to the Giants. He was getting paid $4 million more. Bring that up for me, please. I'm sorry. I don't want to misspeak.
I don't know who it is, though. Who just signed with the Josh Jacobs. It was Josh Jacobs.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Bring up his statement of why he left $4 million on the table. Berserk, bro. He said something on the lines which New York taxes, which I thought was crazy.
Yeah, it makes sense though.
Did he say something about the turf?
He did say something about the turf. I remember.
Imagine though that you leave $4 million on the table because New York sucks for taxes, and he's worried about.
Wait, I got the exact quote. The Giants came on. But Jacob was turned off with the New York's taxes, lifestyle, media, and the artificial turf at MetLife Stadium.
Wow, like that's a serious problem.
Oh, that's a big problem, and it's so funny.
Talking about wanting players to come to your team. That's what just made it trigger when you just said that about the Pats. It's like,
well, yeah, I just seen a clip. Bill Belichick is all over now. He has his own TV shows and whatnot. But he was talking.
Really?
Yeah, he's on with it's called like The Coach, and it's just like it's one of our old coaches, Matt Patricia, who was a defensive coordinator, who actually went to my sister's old school, RPI. And they're just like chatting, and he called Massachusetts Taxachusetts, and he said it's a big reason on why a lot of people don't want to come to Boston and the New England area.
Yeah, it makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
It definitely makes sense.
But
getting back into the Patriots, another new thing, since we are the new New England Patriots, for the first time ever, this year we're going to be wearing our captain patches.
Nice.
So always in the past, we did name captains, but we never used the captains.
Really?
Yep.
How many patches? How many people are captains?
I think it's like 8. It's the same thing as everybody. Yeah. It's the same thing as everybody else, but you get like the stars, and like you get like a 4-star, 3-star, stuff like that. And then also, I guess the first for the Patriots, we have an NFL coach who's in the game of Madden. So I don't know if you know this about Madden, but Bill Belichick never sold the rights to his name to Madden. So always in the game, there was like a generic coach for the New England Patriots.
Okay.
So now we actually have Gerard Mayo, who is our head coach in the game.
Oh, wow. That is so funny.
Yeah.
I wonder if you're ever building one of those legendary teams.
Yeah.
If you could pick the coach.
I'm sure you probably could. But people used to like build out Bill Belichick and just like import him in.
That is so funny.
But
man, that's week 1 wrapped up for the Giants and the Pats. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and talk about the Jets. You Jet fans clearly know that
I'll talk about the Jets.
You have a championship team all around, and you just can't jet like the Mets met. That's really what it comes down to. You just can't jet. Just gotta really just break the Jets. Break the barrier.
The Jets are with the Mets, though. The Jets
I said you can't.
The Mets have. Yeah, you're saying that like don't be like the Mets, but they are like the Mets already.
Yeah, but they can't.
What do you mean?
That curse needs to break.
Yeah,
the curse needs to break. Is it
the
this
Mets
year?
won in '86? What did the Jets won in what, the '60s?
Yeah.
So who's worse?
The Jets. So what are you trying to say? So the Mets are like the Jets. This is way too much for me right now.
We call it the Ets, right?
Yeah. It is. It's the Ets. They can't Ets. That's really what it comes down to for the Jets. But I think everything's right in front of them. In the words of Aaron Boone, everything is right in front of them.
100%.
And just go out there, stay healthy, play good football. I think they're gonna win, dude.
Wait, play good football?
Yeah.
Are we talking? You said Aaron Boone.
Yeah, because that for the Yankee fans out there, they all know that was Aaron Boone's line. He always said, right in front of you, and he would bang on the desk last year. Yeah, you didn't get that. Sorry.
Nah. Right over the head.
Yeah. But Mike will definitely be here next week to completely break down week 1. I know he's got some fantasy stuff up his sleeve. We actually just finished our fantasy draft.
Should we look at it?
Yeah, let's look at it. See what it looks like. Sure, everybody, once you watch this stuff, all your fantasy drafts are over. We literally did this draft at the 24th hour. Right? 24 hours from now, it's kickoff.
Yep.
Crazy.
All right. So our first pick was it was eight. Oh yeah, we had the 10th pick, and we went AJ Brown, and we went Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
I know you love that Jordan Love pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy.
DJ Moore, he's going to be the number one target for the rookie Caleb Williams. So I think he's going to have a good season.
The selfish pick in Neighbors.
Very selfish. We may have reached a little bit because of Charles. I forgot what round we got him in. Travis Etienne, the starting running back in Jacksonville. Jacksonville could have a really high-powered offense this year. David Njoku, really good tight end. Calvin Ridley, and then a bench. We have Jaden Daniels, the rookie phenom. Hopefully, he's good this year. He can. We can have him and Jordan Love at the same time.
Yeah.
And scooped up Cleveland defense. No big deal.
Yeah.
That's a
solid team.
Very solid team.
And the winners and loses fantasy is all waiver wire type shit.
Yeah. I mean, I said it to you before when we were talking on the chat. It's like, if you don't pay attention to the waiver wire, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You could turn your whole season around. The whole point of the waiver wire is it's the worst players get the pick. So if you're the worst player, and there's a running back that goes down, and there's a backup running back who's on the waiver wire, you have a number one running back right there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's what it's all about, though.
Oh, yeah. You got to pay attention. That's
definitely what it's all about.
Oh, remember baseball? You ever played baseball, fantasy baseball?
No.
Oh, God. It's bad because it's by the day. Like, scoring by the day. So you have to do the waivers, like, every single day.
Yeah.
So, like, for the first year, I paid attention, and I just crushed everybody. But then, like, the next year, I just didn't want to do it again. It's a commitment.
It's work.
Yeah, it's a commitment.
It's work.
Yeah, 100%.
And at least fantasy football, you're looking at it, what, three times a week, 3-4 times a week, you're checking your shit out. Well, now there's football games on what, Thursday, Friday? Is there Saturday and Sunday?
So I think some Saturdays. I forgot how they're doing it.
I know there's Thursday and Friday this week, right? Well, no.
I don't think there's Friday games.
Oh, my bad. Oops.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think there is Friday games, though, throughout the season. There is a Friday game.
You might be right about that.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm wrong.
What? I'm right?
There's no Saturday game this week, though.
But it's Thursday, Friday, Sunday.
Yeah, so Packers-Eagles on Friday night. And Chiefs Ravens tomorrow.
That is, like, wild.
By the way, I looked this up, and I thought it was interesting. It's a direct split from 2002 till now, over under 11 and 11.
Okay.
So 11 over 11 under. I was trying to look up different bets that I can talk about for tomorrow.
Yeah,
but it was interesting. It's a hard game tomorrow, especially week one. You just never know.
The sports books and the casinos don't look the way they do because people win.
Oh, wait, I had a stat. Wait, let me find it right here. This year in the NFL, there is an estimated $51 billion that it's going to be $35 billion. My bad. That's going to be gambled this year.
Holy shit.
How crazy is that? 35 billion.
That is freaking wild.
And what else is going on? What else do we have to? Are we doing Mets and Yanks?
Yeah, of course. You didn't let me say we're getting into. I forgot what we called it.
Oh, come on. Race to October.
The race to October. Did you have a little thing for me?
Yeah, you didn't do it for me last time, but here you go. Charge. Come on, that's fun.
All right, man. So let's start off with the hottest team in New York, and that is your New York Mets, baby.
Yeah. So, I mean, Francisco freaking Lindor just leading the charge of the New York Mets. I know Charles's favorite player, but in the month of August, this guy was freaking slaying 325 average, 372 on base, 3 stolen bases, 16 RBIs, 6 home runs, a triple here, a few doubles. He was raking off the chart, and he is the reason why the Mets are hot right
He is
now.
the definition of an MVP.
Oh,
He's the definition of it.
and
So
it's
that's
crazy
like
to
a
me.
crazy thing going on right now is Francisco Lindor is in the conversation, and people are like, "What? No, he's not." Blah, 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 blah. Like he's in the conversation.
So, question: has there ever been a non-All-Star ever to win MVP?
I don't know. Do you know the answer to that?
No, I don't.
Wow. There haven't been a non-All-Star to be an MVP. But listen, you got to be out of your mind to think that he's going to win it, though. That's the real issue.
Of course.
If Ohtani goes 50-50, even though you have an argument, listen, you have an argument because Ohtani's not playing the field. Ohtani's only playing one side of the ball. That's a big deal to me. I know it's not part of the numbers really, and what people really don't look at that, but in my eyes, in an old school baseball way, he's playing both sides of the ball. I think he played 135 games, if I'm not mistaken.
But
the guy's out there every
give it
single
to him
night.
every year. That's kind of like the LeBron effect. Like, yeah, we could probably give the MVP to LeBron every year, but are we? Like, that's kind of it's a little unfair at this point just to say that Ohtani gets the edge just because he plays both ways. Don't you think?
Well, Ohtani's just getting the edge right now because he's about to do something nobody else in baseball has done, right?
I get it, but I don't know. And the
And
Dodgers have so many players.
Yeah. Last night they walk Ohtani, Betts hits a grand slam. So
right. So like it's kind of like
MVP after MVP. Who's after Francisco Lindor? Pete Alonso?
Yeah.
Okay. It's good ball player. Not
and
Mookie Betts.
JD's
not Mookie Betts.
Nah, definitely not. And
not Freddie Freeman.
And that's kind of my point, though. Like
me too. That's my side. That's my listen. I listened to this. I was giving a couple people lip, and you know me. I'm not a big Francisco Lindor guy. I don't. It's not the way. It's not that I don't like him because of the way he plays the game. I think he plays the game the right way.
I like the way he dresses.
Yeah, just his persona. I don't know. He just always turned me off. He's just, what did the lady say? He gives me the ick. Yeah.
He would never be a Yankee in that sense. Like not like his personal choice. I'm just saying his persona, because he has like the dye his hair and
yeah, listen, that stuff has changed though. We have Stroman, we have Jazz Chisholm, we have guys that kind of do those types of things.
Yeah.
Right. So those things are changing a little bit. But what'd you say?
No, I said fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But
just to finish up on the Mets, Jesse Winker. I think we had recorded a podcast, but we never put it out, I believe, right?
Yeah, we did that
and
a couple
I said
times
that I said that Jesse Winker was my favorite pickup, and he is one of our best pickups. Not saying that, we're going to the World Series, but he is going to be a very key reason on why we make a strong push towards the end. Mm-hmm. These veteran guys, just like we did in 2015, like the Juan Uribe and like those guys, he's one of those players. And then
he was getting a lot of shit for that walk-off celebration.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of this run.
Yeah, I you know what? And he said it after. He blacked out. Like when you're like in the moment now, and especially that New York crowd when it's sold out, and now they have like the flashing black lights and all that stuff. It's like you almost can't help yourself. You really can't blame. As long as he's not doing it to the other side where it's like the other bench, there shouldn't really be a problem.
Yeah, I listen.
And if you have a problem, go outside, go the next day and freaking beam him. That's baseball.
Yeah, listen, I love the way Judge goes about his business. I don't think you'll ever see Judge do that. But he's not Jesse Winker, right? He's supposed to do that.
Yeah, but you've definitely seen Judge hit a home run and show emotion to the bench before in a situation.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, you're
without a doubt.
taking literally an extreme of Jesse Winker. You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah,
he did that on the road, it'd probably look a little different.
yeah. No, that was.
You
Listen,
know?
I love the bat flips. I know I'm old school, but I'm getting over it. That's it. I love the bat flips. I love the emotion. The game. The kids need to want to play the games. I see. I see that the little leagues aren't doing so great.
Yeah.
You know, Little League World Series is awesome, but that's a very select group of kids. You know, and overall, the baseball is not doing the best. It's basketball. It's basketball right now that's leading the charge. Basketball, every kid in the world wants to play basketball. It's leading the charge. It is on both sides, boys and girls. Caitlin Clark has completely changed everything for girls basketball.
You think she's inspiring little girls?
Without a doubt, dude.
Yeah.
I
No,
have
problem.
machines. I have machines in a high school. And during the summer, 1 week it did like exceptionally well. Right. So I was like, oh, like I was talking to one of the coaches that was there working the camp. I was like, oh, you know, the machine did. He's like, dude, it's the basketball camps. They're double, triple the sizes than any of the other camps that we have. I was like, wow, like that shows you, you know, that just shows you right there at a school grade level, at a high school level, that there's more basketball players on both sides, boys and girls, than there is for baseball and every other sport. Yeah. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings, but I don't even hear kids playing hockey. You have to be in the community. You have to be in the hockey. You have to be in the hockey world.
But it was always like that. I feel like. I mean, it's just not recognized like that in the United States. I mean, you go to Canada and everyone's first sport is hockey.
I get it.
You know what I mean? Because hockey is in their backyard.
Yeah. No, listen, I understand. But basketball, they're marketing it the right way.
Is basketball the fastest growing sport though? Because I really don't think it is. You know what I would say it is? I think it's golf.
Think it's golf?
I 100% think it's golf.
While we chat about this, you can look it up. But the way I feel, and what the people around me, and especially with this new Knicks team, locally in New York, basketball is on the up, man, on the up. And the way they market these players is just the right way. It's just the right way. They're just marketing correctly. You know, bro. When was the last time you seen the MLB post about the pitcher on Pittsburgh? Why am I'm drawing a blank on his name? Stone and brain.
Wait, who?
The phenom kid, the rookie, the pitcher.
Oh my God! Now I am Skeens.
Yeah, Skeens. Have you seen them promote Skeens the way that, let's say, a rookie basketball player is promoted?
Yeah, no. I mean, baseball is very old school, and so is the NHL. That's why the NHL doesn't do good.
It's bad. It's bad. Skeens should be friggin' on every commercial. The kid should be everywhere right now. He's got he's got a beautiful girlfriend that's in the media nonstop. He's hot as anything.
They get paid the most money, so there's
more
money.
They get paid
so like
stupid money, guaranteed stupid money.
Yeah,
right.
It doesn't.
All right, we're getting off topic. We're getting off topic though.
Yeah, we got off topic. But just to finish up the Mets, just wanted to finish up a couple things. 6 shutouts since July, second best in the MLB, and David Peterson, who I didn't think I would ever say this, but was our best pitcher in August.
Crazy.
And the last point, I saw this as a random stat. Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer pitched 8 games. Verlander pitched 13. Sean Manaea and Luis Severino both pitched 27 games, and both had better ERAs.
Crazy. That's crazy.
So even though it was a stupid move to sign him, it was a smarter move to release him.
Yeah. You turn that's a good GM. That's a good GM.
Yep. And now on to the Yankees town.
Let's switch it off to the New York Yankees. And the Yankees are just straight up struggling to maintaining a winning momentum. That's really just what it comes down to. They play bad baseball on so many nights. It's unbelievable that as we sit here tonight, we're only a half game out of first place We have the worst closer in baseball. Who is an all-star? So that's so funny. We just talked about somebody that could possibly be an MVP who wasn't an all-star. And then you have somebody that literally was an all-star and he has 11 blown saves, or going down as one of the worst closers in history if they don't pull him. If they put him back out there, and he's just going to keep blowing it. And you know what? The game last night, if the most recent memory of him blowing it, the game last night wasn't lost just because of Clay Holmes. Like I know everybody wakes up in the morning and they look at the scorebook and they're like, "Oh my God, the Yankees! It was 4-3 going into the ninth, and boom, Clay Holmes blew it." But yeah, drop this. But it wasn't lost. The game wasn't just lost yet. It was lost in the eighth. It was lost with Boone. It was lost with Boone not putting in Rizzo as a defensive replacement for DJ at first base. That's a mistake. DJ makes a huge error, and they get another run there. They get a ground ball up the middle. Gleyber can't get it in turn two. There's just bad baseball, bad players at certain days, and then certain days they just look when Judge goes off and Stan goes off and Soto's doing his thing, and you got Jazz running around. They could look like the greatest baseball of all time. So it's like it's very, very, very odd season for the Yankees and for myself, because you don't know where you don't know where to put yourself, because you know me, I'm always very high. Yankees are world champions every single year, just the way I am with all my sports teams. I believe in them, and I have faith in the guys. I said, but then when you're going out and you're watching the games every night and they're just doing stupid shit, and Boone is doing stupid shit, and the organization isn't putting their right foot forward, it's scary to me. Like, this was an all-in type season. You don't know if Soto and Judge are ever going to play on the same team again. This was an all-in type of situation, and I understand you didn't go out there and get Hader, which I know his numbers are all mixed up too, but at the end of the day, Hader's a closer. He's a guaranteed closer, and he's gonna blow games, but he's not gonna blow them all. He's not gonna blow 11. He hasn't blown 11. I'll tell you that much. And it's like you have to get creative now. Cashman has to take the wheels off of Boone, because I believe that it's still Cashman running the show, and you have to let Domínguez come up. Listen, Boone said, if Domínguez came up, he wouldn't play every day. They want the kid to play every day. It makes sense. But where Verdugo was at, even though Verdugo's coming around a little bit now, but where he was at, nobody could be worse than that. Nobody could be worse than DJ LeMahieu. They're not starters on a team. And then what he's doing with Wells and Trevino, it's like, it's you could blame Boone, but it's really ultimately it's all Cashman. It's all Cashman's fault. He didn't go out there and get you at the trade deadline a good reliever. You signed Leiter. You signed Leiter. He's having an awful run at things for the Yankees. He's playing really bad. I'm sure he's a great pitcher. I'm sure he will wind up being good. I think we have him for a few years. He'll wind up being good, but we needed that piece. And now you're 20. I think there's like 20 games left of the season, and there's still a lot of open-ended to the book. There's a lot of open pages to the book of the Yankees. And it's scary. It's scary. Every night it's scary because you don't know. You know, Rodon comes out and pitches a gem last night, which if the Yankees want to do anything in the postseason, because you could basically say that they're in the postseason unless this gets really, really ugly. But you could say that Rodon has to be your number two. He has to be. It has to be Cole, which we had a scare with a cramp. Thank God it was just a cramp. Rodon has to be number two. And then, you know, your Stroman or your Nestor or Clark Schmidt, you could fill in that. You could fill in the third, fourth starter or run it back with Cole in the playoffs. You know, that's really what it comes down to for the Yankees. And they just don't seem like they have the right approach. I really was fooled in the beginning of the season. I was really fooled because I thought that they had a different thinking mentality. I thought overall the Yankees had a different thinking mentality, and it's the same shit year after year after year. Make some moves. Make some moves. I want to see Gil go to the pen. Have him come be the Mariano in the 8th and 9th and tell the kid to let it loose. Tell him to let loose. Give me everything you got for 2 innings. That swing and a miss type stuff. You can't have a contact closer. Contact closers don't really exist. The whole time that Clay Holmes was blowing these saves, all Boone kept saying is he looks good. It was, soft contact. It was soft contact. Yeah, a lot of it was. He wasn't lying there, believe it or not. It was soft contact. But you can't have soft contact, especially when you don't have the greatest infield. You have Jazz Chisholm playing third base. Yeah, he looks good at times, but he's Jazz Chisholm playing third base. He's not a guarantee. He didn't play third base every night of his life for his whole life. Period. End of conversation. Volpe, it was a Gold Glover last year. That was on a weak year of shortstops. He's an average, he's a little higher than average shortstop in the field. Okay. Then you have Gleyber, who literally gets the yips on a nightly basis. He reminds me of some Chuck Knobloch days where you don't know if the ball's going to go into the freaking stands. You don't know. And then thank God Rizzo's back, but it's like, you're not going to put Rizzo out there last night for a defensive replacement in the 9th? What is this? What are you doing still babying these guys? Well, I don't get it. I don't get it. Is he going to pull another muscle? Like, are we going to pull another muscle? Okay. All right. Get out there. Put him out there. How don't you make that defensive replacement at first base? Everyone's going to blame Clay Holmes because I'm going to blame Clay Holmes too. But there was a lot of mistakes. There was a lot of baseball mistakes that happened last night. I know I'm just wrapping this whole thing up until last night, but this is it. Every night is last night, right?
Right. Yeah.
Every night is the last night. You're a half game out. You see what happens if you don't have home field advantage in the American League. You see what happens. We need it. You're not the greatest team all around. You have to do certain little things that are going to put you above the rest. You don't need to be the greatest team in the world to win anymore. I truly believe that. So I believe if the Mets get in, they can make a run at things. Like, I believe all of that because it is true. I watch a lot of baseball. You've seen the Texas Rangers last year go out and win a chip, and they're not the greatest team in the world right now. Right?
Well, what is the recipe for a good playoff team?
Small ball, pitching. And even though I'm going to contradict myself, I'm going to contradict myself a little bit because the Texas won the World Series last year with hitting. So
it doesn't happen often.
It doesn't happen often, but they did last year. They hit the shit out of the ball.
It'll happen.
And that's why, you have Soto and Judge. They're good.
And also, I just wanted to add, and defense. And just from what you've been saying, the Yankees are on a bad path to that formula.
Yes. And that's why you got to put up extra runs when you have a runner on second with no out. You have to put up those extra runs because of your problems in the field, your shaky bullpen.
Yep.
These are things you have to do.
Yeah.
So overall for the Yankees, we're in the middle of a Texas series, another rubber match. I think it might be the 10th or 11th straight rubber match. That's crazy. You can't put away the bad teams. You're playing down to your component. It's not the right thing. And then when you go out there and you play the good teams, we're playing great baseball. So it's very, very weird. They still have time here to get it together. They're only half game out. We have plenty of time. There's plenty of games here to wrap it up. We have a 3-game series against the O's that it's literally probably going to, probably tell you who wins the AL East or not that series, I would say. I was actually thinking about getting out to the stadium for one of them.
Would you guys have this series over them, the overall?
No. I think we would have to sweep them, I think.
That's the only way. That's the tiebreaker now. So you gotta be wary of that.
Yeah, I don't believe they have that. You could go check that on your own. But all right, so that's our sports talk. I've literally been very upset some nights with the Yanks, very high on my horse the next night with the Yanks. So It's a very, very, very slippery sliding pond, and they need to get it together. That's my piece. That's my piece. So,
right.
what else we have? What else we have on the list?
Do we want to do SOB of the week?
Yeah, well, if definitely we didn't make a graphic for this one, right?
Nah, I'll get to that next week.
All right, cool. So SOB of the week, you go first because if the audience has been listening for the last 46 minutes, I think they know who my SOB of the week is. But go ahead.
I mean, I did have an SOB of the week. I do want to just say it,
don't know that,
but
son of a bitch. Okay.
But it did change. I had Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is looking for a big contract right now and is still holding out on the Cincinnati Bengals. And I just wanted to say he did come back to practice this morning, but they're still unsure if he's going to play. But just like, I just can't, like, it's just like, it bothers me so much that, like, if you don't show up to work, like, you should get fired. And I know in this case, if he did get fired, he would get picked up by another team. But like, I don't know why it's so different in the NFL than it is just in regular work. Like you agree to a contract. When that contract expires, you renegotiate for a new contract. Like these players just like sit there and they whine and say, "No, I'm not practicing until I get more money." It's like, no, practice harder to prove that you earn more money.
You're right. You're totally right. But when the first person did it, whoever that person is in history, when the first person did it and they got more money, it screwed it up for the rest.
I can actually tell you who's a big starter in this.
Who?
You're not gonna like to hear it, but I'm pretty sure Michael Strahan.
Really?
Michael Strahan sat out. I think
on the contract.
Yeah, I forgot what year it was. I know it was. I think it was his last contract though.
Okay.
And he sat out. I don't know if he missed the game or not, but he was pretty close to it.
Listen. They could go out there and literally die playing that game.
No, and I get that.
They're trying to secure money for your family. They're trying to secure it's not a good practice. It's not a good look.
What do you think he's making right now that you don't think that he could support his family off of though? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They just look at it as generational wealth that they're working at.
So this year he's set to make $10 million.
Okay.
So you're telling me that he should sit
out?
13, No. He's going to be the highest paid player. They're looking who just broke the record? Who just got signed to a huge deal? Who got signed? Someone else was just sitting out, another wide receiver.
Listen, it's gonna happen, and the more these guys get paid, and the more it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, but
my son of a bitch of the week is Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes, do yourself a favor and take yourself out of the closer role, because you are not the closer for the New York Yankees anymore. You can't be. It's 11 blown saves. Think about what I'm saying. 11 blown saves. Do you think the Yankees would be in first place if they didn't have the 11 blown saves? Do you think the Yankees would be in first place if we didn't have 5 of the blown saves? 5? Andrew? 5.
Yeah, no. I think that was a rhetorical question.
Let's say 5. 5. We would be in first place.
It doesn't make any sense to me why he's the closer. On any other team, he wouldn't be.
It's so sick. Like, how much longer? How much longer are you going to wait for him to figure it out? Enough. Closer by committee. Feel your wits. When you get there, see who's around. See who pitched good the night before. Try something different. That's on Cashman. Face your problems. Cashman, face your problems. He should have been the SOB of the week. Because I could go on and on and on about him. taking care of Verdugo when he's doing bad. Like you ran him out there every night. You run him out there every night. I know he's coming around. But you run him out there every single night playing bad. DJ, you're taking care of these guys when at the end of the day, we need to win. We need to win now. That's it. So Clay Holmes, first son of a bitch of the week. And I hope he can't even be in a position to be the SOB of the week for the next few weeks.
Hopefully not.
But that's it. Felt good. Missed you. Missed the pod. Hope everybody's listening in. Hit us up in the DMs, and we got some exciting things coming for the season. And let's roll, baby. We'll see you.
Peace.